Hi there, I'm Ellen, and welcome to our weekly reading. This reading is for the week of April 16th through April 22nd, 2018, and we are looking at two aspects, our soul selves and our human selves. Let's start with our human selves. We're working with the Housewives Tarot deck this week. So, our first card is the Seven of Pentacles. How wonderfully abundant that looks. So let's find out what our message is regarding the Seven of Pentacles. And we notice that we bring to you all abundance as we have moved through the new moon, as we have released Mercury retrograde, and we wish that you will be in attention to the abundance which surrounds you. We wish you will pay attention to the budding leaves, to the returning birds, and to all that this way of nature in this season of spring offers you. Oh, well, isn't that lovely? So, yes, it's really exciting that yesterday Mercury went direct, so we're out of the throes of the main body of Mercury retrograde. We're still in its shadow for another little while here, and yet hopefully you will notice some relief from what for many was a pretty intense ride. And also we had the new moon yesterday. The new moon is one where we set intentions and welcome newness, welcome opportunity. And I just love that it happened that Mercury went direct on the same day that the new moon was at its peak, because they really both worked in a beautiful way to bring us a really fiery and momentous energy. It just, for me, it felt really good, and it's feeling really good, and yeah, I'm excited to see what this week will bring, and so noted about noticing how the season is growing into itself, how buds are beginning to show signs that they will indeed unfurl into leaves, how annual flowers are blossoming. It's a beautiful time of year. And if you happen to be in the southern hemisphere so that you're experiencing fall, how might the abundance of fall draw you in? Changing of leaves, if you have that. The abundance of harvest. There's so much for us to appreciate that nature offers without expecting any reward. Nature just gives. And that energy is, well, it's abundant, right? So that's for our human selves. I also just heard a walk in the park. We noticed that nature, you might say, is a walk in the park. And we mean this in the sense that it is something that is easeful, that is enjoyable. Yeah. Thank you. So, anything else about that? No. Alright, so let's find out what the energy is for our soul selves this week. Ooh. Seven of Swords. Wow. Cue screechy knife music, right? Look at the difference. You would think that perhaps they would be the opposite. No. So let's find out what this volatile Seven of Swords has for us this week for our soul selves. And we notice we will ask for you to be in a way of permitting your communication to be from the throat and the heart chakras. Be in awareness that you are permitting your soul to energize your communications. Notice energy begins in the heart, rises to the throat, comes from the mouth, the hands. Be aware and be intentional that you will permit your soul to do the communicating. Ooh. So here's the thing about that. If we are intentional about letting our soul do the talking, letting our soul do the writing, we avoid this. This won't happen. At least we won't be the ones instigating it. We can't control how other people respond to how we communicate. That isn't our responsibility. It isn't our job. We can only be responsible for what it is we communicate. So if we are communicating from the soul, that means that we are communicating from a pure, egoless place. And we can rest easy in that. Okay? So, anything else to say about that? No. Pretty simple, pretty cut and dried. So, that is our energy for this week. The Sevens Habit. I hope you have a great week. And until next time, you take really good care. Lots of love.